in the privateer section is on row 4. 20 riders go, 2.25 miles. This new Silverstone circuit, I say new because it's new to just about everybody out there, and it's a cracking start by a Kawasaki. Looks like Ian MacPHERSON, Walker's right with him, tucked on the inside. That's Max Vincent. Max Vincent from the 3rd row into 2nd place. The number 16 Kawasaki going for the lead. Max Vincent unbelievably through on the inside of MacPHERSON. Max Vincent then number 16 leads. MacPHERSON number 6 in 2nd. Bayliss very aggressive up to 3rd. Troy Bayliss, oh, huge wobble from the privateer Kawasaki, safely through the left-right complex. Vincent leads. Oh, Roger, what a turn up for the books.
Absolutely superb, but Bayliss is now coming down the outside there of MacPHERSON, so Bayliss looks like he's going to take the lead, and MacPHERSON having to pick the bike up a little bit there, nearly going straight on, causing a little bit of a traffic jam behind him. But Max Vincent now in with the factory boys, and he must be enjoying this.
Race leader Troy Bayliss, a high-speed crash at Woodcote in qualifying. Didn't deter him, though. He got pole position. He's leading the race. Ian MacPHERSON having something of a renaissance now in his 1998 career. Chris Walker, also from the front row, now in 3rd place. Max Vincent. Look at this trio of Kawasaki's and the number 16 biker privateer. Number 8, James Hayden, on the Suzuki in 5th place. Hayden, having put his shoulder out when he fell down the stairs in Buckinghamshire, aggravated that with a crash at Mallory, is back to full fitness and up to 4th place. Yes, he is. Round the outside as they come onto the start-finish straight to start lap 2. Up they will go towards Copse, the right-hander of Copse now. MacPHERSON and Walker, teammates, side by side. But it's very clear to everybody here who has the most important mission. It's the number 2, Chris Walker, who has the championship lead within his grasp. I won't say just around the corner. He's got a lot of work to do, but he is definitely on course to wind in Neil Mackenzie, who's now running much, much further down the order in 7th place at the moment. Ian MacPHERSON in 2nd. Race leader Troy Bayliss on the Ducati. Ducati, Kawasaki, Kawasaki, Suzuki. Max Vincent, the early leader. Oh, Bayliss is off, slides unceremoniously onto the grass. The highs and lows for Troy Bayliss, and that's a low.
Well, let's not forget that they didn't have a lot of dry setup time here at Silverstone. A lot of the time was wet, and a lot of these riders won't have a particularly good dry setting for the bike, and they'll be adjusting it after this race.
Oh, it's a Kawasaki 1-2, and Walker's gone through on the inside of MacPHERSON. New race leader, Chris Walker, number 2. Away he goes, 25 points now. This is exactly what Chris Walker needs, because Mackenzie is languishing further down the field. Don't forget, Neil Mackenzie injured, nursing 6 stitches in that left foot from his dramatic Cadwell Park crash, and he's a hero to be out there at all, I have to say. And you must agree with me. Look at Walker, his knee on the tarmac. He makes that bike wriggle underneath him. The rear wheels steering Roger, sensational.
Certainly is. The width of the track is quite vast here. We're just about to see it now. John Reynolds on-board camera, just coming alongside Ian Simpson. Can't quite get ahead of him, or can he? Yes, he can. This is down through Maggots. Over to the right now into Beckett. Simpson coming back alongside. This is quite a slow corner on the track. 2nd gear. After here we go left and right and then left again. Now this is a very important part of the circuit then before you go down this long straight. Now you can see there Hayden is ahead of Sean Emmett, and Sean Emmett trying to do all sorts of tricks, dancing the bike around into Abbey Corner. But that's Hayden, Sean Emmett, and there's Mackenzie.
Neil Mackenzie then, further down. Oh, a lot of smoke. Smoke coming out from Terry Reimer's Suzuki. So number 8 Suzuki, James Hayden, going well. Number 7 Suzuki, Terry Reimer, beginning to smoke. Number 5, Red Ducati, Sean Emmett. More and more smoke from Terry Reimer's Suzuki. That's a stricken bike, and that's a stricken Chris Walker. Down he goes. It's a low turn. It spins round. Miraculously lifted his arm out of the way because the rear wheel threatened to break his forearm. Lightning reactions from Walker, desperate to get the bike fired up again, but to no avail. Marshall's coming to help him. It's really, really desperate times now for Chris Walker. He can see Mackenzie picking up points, and he will score 0 if he can't get it going. Number 6, Ian MacPHERSON, back in the lead. Hayden, number 8, in second. Look at Emmett. Mackenzie's in 4th. Terry Reimer, that must be spewing oil all over the rear tyre. It's only a matter of time. Oh, the gear lever flapping. No footrest. Walker's back going again, but can he continue? He can't change gear. He's looking for the footrest, Roger.
Well, the back end just spins round, it looks like to me. That's at Brooklands corner. 2 corners before the start and finish. keep watching Chris's left hand. Look how he picks it out of the way there as the bike's spinning like a top. He's obviously ground the left-hand side footrest away, dislodged the gear lever, and if he does continue, he won't be able to change gear.
There's one man who hasn't continued. Terry Reimer's given up the ghost, or rather the bike has given up the ghost. It's blown up. Not so James Hayden. Hayden is in second place. Mackenzie is closing, moving into third. Neil Mackenzie, the old master, back at the job he does best. Championship leader on his way to his third consecutive championship. Maybe Neil Mackenzie number one. James Hayden on the inside. MacPHERSON seems to have gone wide. Hayden's got a very, very tight line. Has it paid off? Oh, yes, it has. Coming out of Beckett's. It's Hayden leading now. Suzuki up front for the first time. If he can pull this one off, it will be a fantastic result for him. James Hayden, desperate for a win. Is it going to happen here at Silverstone? Mackenzie now going for second and grabs second. Into second place then goes Neil Mackenzie. Down into third. A good ride, though, for Ian MacPHERSON. Really getting his act together as we've hoped and we knew he could do all season. He's delivering here in third. Hayden, is he going to be able to stave off, Roger, the pressure from Mackenzie?
Well, we all know that Neil Mackenzie's capable of anything, and he's certainly capable of winning races. We've seen that before. The riders were telling me that they didn't know where the overtaking points on this Silverstone International Circuit would be. It's the first time that they've raced on it, even though they've tested on it, and race conditions mean that you've got to pass the guys in front of you. So Mackenzie will have probably got that mainly sussed out, and the charger in front of him, 24-year-old James Hayden, will not be too worried about who's behind him. He'll just be looking for his first win of the season.
Well, the fact that they're finding it hard to assess where to turn and where to brake just gives them a feeling of what it's been like for Troy Bayliss all season, because the Australian has been riding on these circuits for the first time each and every time. 3 and 3! Oh, dear me, what a fantastic move for MacPHERSON. Straight through into the lead. They were 3 abreast. Kawasaki number 6 leads. Hayden 8, back on the inside again. Ian MacPHERSON keeps running wide, leaving the door open. He almost did it that time for Mackenzie as well. And closing to the Ducati of Sean Emmett, who is getting faster and faster. His teammate John Reynolds further down the order. The privateer race, 21, Phil Giles. 14, Peter Graves. Number 12, Brett Sampson. All the way up from Plymouth and third in this particular tussle, but fourth in the privateer race, because number 16, Max Vincent, is up there mixing it with the factory boys, and you saw for yourselves, he led from the off. Terrific action on board with Reynolds now. Roger Burnett will give us a bit of Ducati action.
This is down the start and finish straight into Copse Corner, and that ahead of him looks like his teammate Sean Emmett. This is a third gear corner. The width of the track here is so vast that there isn't one individual line around this Silverstone circuit, and quite easily going past his teammate Sean Emmett. Don't know if Emmett's got a problem there or not, but Reynolds certainly hasn't. This is down to Beckett's. Second gear on this Ducati, and that takes him up to 5th.
Look at this action. Race leader Hayden, MacPHERSON with him. Third place now, Mackenzie. Is he going to be able to find a way past the Kawasaki? He will certainly try, because number 3, Michael Rutter on the Honda, who's been riding really well in the closing races of the season. Look at Mackenzie. MacPHERSON's gone wide. Side by side. Will he pull it off? MacPHERSON now riding a very tight line. He's got to keep the champion at bay. Can he do it? No, he can't. Not for the minute anyway. But he's still in the third place slot. Mackenzie in second. 20 points he'll pick up for this one. Injured left foot and all. Tremendous stuff by Neil Mackenzie. Michael Rutter looking at a rostrum slot here. He's had 1 or 2 of those this season. He's won a race as well. He's one of 8 people to win races, and the man at the front of this pack will make it 9 winners of races this season if James Hayden, number 8, can pull it off, and he is storming on. This is the battle for second, third and fourth. In 4th place currently, Michael Rutter onto the start-finish straight. Chris Walker limping round with presumably stuck in 1 gear, because the gear lever is flapping and he looks as though he's about to be lapped by this flying quartet. Hayden head down, going brilliantly well, and a battle for 3rd place. Through goes Michael Rutter. It's close all the way, Roger.
Rutter's ridden absolutely superb. He's come from nowhere, let's face it. Now he looks like getting a podium place. That's disappointing for Ian MacPHERSON, because Ian's ridden a very good race too. But what you've found in this race is that certain riders have picked up the pace as they've got to know the circuit better, as they've got the feeling of their bike better on the circuit, and I think the second race is really going to be a good one.
Ian MacPHERSON closing again on 3rd place, Michael Rutter, but seemingly having a problem driving out of there. Maybe MacPHERSON does have a problem. He's slowing now. Yeah, he's going into the pits. MacPHERSON retiring, so clearly the Kawasaki was slowing. on the last lap for race leader James Hayden. If he pulls this one off, it'll be his first win since 1994, and that was in a British race at Snetterton in the wet on a Honda. This time he's on a Suzuki, sponsors of this meeting incidentally, and a terrific win for James Hayden. The checkered flag goes out, fist is in the air for him, and that's a very, very well-deserved win indeed for the 24-year-old from Buckinghamshire. Confirmation of that then, Mackenzie got second, Rutter third, he's on the rostrum again, and Reynolds fought all the way up from a fairly pedestrian start to fourth place. His teammate Emmett fifth, Max Vincent, the privateer, seventh.
At what point in the race did you think that you could win it?
Just as I crossed the line. No, I felt I could win at the start. I thought we had a good race set up, but I knew there'd be a couple of strong people, and I just felt if I could just get out and do consistent laps, and that's what I do. When I was behind Ian, I thought if I could make a break here and just get in front and set the pace myself, I thought I could probably hold it, and that's what I did, and luckily I held it, so yeah, it was good.
Seventh in the race proper, but winner of the privateer race, Max Vincent, by a country mile, but Phil Giles, the championship leader, was runner-up. David Hill still plugging away on that Honda. A fantastic result for James Hayden, the first for many a year, but it might have been a different matter had Chris Walker not crashed his Kawasaki.
Chris, a disappointing first race for you today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just took me a couple of laps to get into the lead, and then just went into the last left-hander on the circuit and just, lost the front going round. It was a real slow crash, didn't hurt myself or anything, but knocked the gear lever and the footrest off, so I was stuck in fifth gear for the rest of the race. It was a bit hard to ride, but, at least I got a finish.
Yeah, well, he's disappointed because Mackenzie stretched out a further 18 points lead in the championship, almost, dare I say, putting it out